as these days and months grow closer and closer, also Google Stadia will be going live very soon. We're talking about November of 2019. But we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the actual games of Google Stadia and how the fact that Phil Harris, who's actually the CEO of this particular company, is saying that Stadia's games won't be more cheaper than Xbox One or PlayStation 4 games as we speak. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the DC show. This is T. McNeil. So guys, as I just previously stated, Phil Harris, who's actually the CEO of Google Stadia, he's basically saying once again that the games that are coming out for the Google Stadia won't be much more cheaper than the current PS4 and Xbox One titles as we speak, okay? So this is really interesting to me, guys, because of the simple fact that, you know, a lot of information was given about this particular new system that's coming out, or reportedly what is supposed to be a new system. And I made a video about this a while back, and I stated in that video that it was like online servers and things like that, which it still is, but this actually will be a physical box that's going to come with the Google Stadia system, okay guys, that you will be able to play your games through. It's not just, you know, an internet connection connected to your TV. I mean, it's going to be an actual physical Chromecast box that you're going to get along with the controller. And also, guys, the thing is too, there's going to be several tiers for this particular console as well. Okay, guys, it's not just one console, but the 2019 version is just going to come this year in one tier. Okay, now in 2020 they're going to launch, I believe, 2 other tiers as well, and then you'll be able to customize that, and you'll be able to choose which tier, you know, works best for you, okay? But we'll go over all that information. But I want to get you guys' thoughts and opinions on Google Stadia. Do you guys think that this is something that's going to stick around? Do you think that this is the future of gaming? You know, I did mention this in the last video that we don't know exactly when, where, or how, you know, the box or the traditional box for consoles is going to stop, okay? We know that pretty much will be the future of gaming, okay? Now Sony and Microsoft, you know, there's no word on whether or not they're ever going to stop producing an actual physical box or not. But in order for that to happen, guys, there has to be a speedy, reliable internet connection, okay? It has to be speedy and reliable. And we know right now, guys, that there's a lot of folks across the country right now. I know a friend personally, you know, I'm not going to put his name out there just for, you know, privacy reasons, but, you know, he complains all the time about his internet connection, and he's got Verizon Fios, okay? It was supposed to be blazingly fast, okay? I have Comcast personally myself, and the thing is, you know, we still have a lot of lag in the internet connection. So I'm not sure exactly how this is going to work for Google Stadia, especially for early adopters. The thing is, you know, if you have a slow internet connection, chances are you're really not going to be able to use Google Stadia, period, okay? Because it's not fast enough. You know, the bandwidth is not there for you to be able to really take full advantage of this system, okay? So it's going to be interesting to see come November and also next year in 2020, you know, how all this is going to play out. You know, I don't even have the fast internet connection myself, okay? And I'm not in a rural area, you know, I'm in a city. You see what I'm saying, guys? So very, very interesting to see, once again, as I stated, how this is going to play out. Now, as far as Phil Harris, the boss himself, has to say, you know, he said that he doesn't know why the games for this system would be cheaper, because basically he said you're going to need, once again, a speedy internet connection when it launches in November. So again, we have to get the internet connection speeds up before this thing even launches. Now, we all know that 5G also is on the way. You know, there's a lot of technology that's advancing, and, you know, technology is going to continue to move forward in the future. But the problem is, you know, like I said, a lot of folks are still having slow connections. They're not going to be able to be up to speed, no pun intended, you know, in order to really take advantage of anything. Okay, and this is 2019, guys. So the groundwork's going to have to be laid a little bit further in order for these companies to to boost these speeds up. Now, according to Phil, he said that the value you get from the game on Stadia means you can play it on any screen in your life, being a TV, PC, a laptop, or a phone. Okay, we know we have a lot of mobile gamers out there, guys. I'm not one myself per se, but people do like to have that option. I'll say that, to be able to play games anywhere at any time. And we know that Microsoft's also working on that same type of system, and that being Microsoft xCloud. Okay, so we know that this is going to be the future of gaming. Again, we just don't know when the last official physical box will be. But again, everybody's not going to be able to get on this bandwagon because everyone's internet connection is not the same. A lot of people's internet connections, are extremely slow. Okay, some people get over 100 megabits per second. Some people get a lot less than that. All right, so we got to work on that first before we even start talking about online gaming for all. And everybody being able to take advantage of this system. Okay. Now, he said that Harrison didn't tell Eurogamer how much Stadia games will cost, but they're really not going to reveal that until about right around the time that it launches. So we still got several months to wait before that. Okay, but my thing is, guys, there's nothing wrong with being able to play on the TV, the PC, the laptop, etc. Like I said, it's giving you options, it's giving you a lot of choice, but that's just not my style. I just like to play the games on the TV itself. But to have that option there, I think that's great. And like I said, Microsoft is already including that with Microsoft xCloud right now. So you're able to play on Windows 10. You can play on Windows 10 PC. You can play on your TV. You can play on your smartphone, things like that. So they're already having this integrated system available. But I'm just not a big fan of that. Okay, but you guys let me know how you feel about it. All right. Now, as far as some more in-depth information on this particular system, guys, let's go ahead and actually get right into it. Now, it does say that Stadia will launch with 30 games, including major upcoming ones like Baldur's Gate, Borderlands 3, and Doom Eternal. You'll have few options in how to approach Stadia, with 2 not being available until 2020. The base tier is free for any game you purchase via Stadia at up to 1080p 60 frames per second in stereo at 10 megabytes per second internet speed, while the $10 monthly Stadia Pro tier gets you 4K 60 frames per second HDR quality at 35 megabits per second with 5.1 surround sound, free games added to your library, and discounts. Furthermore, there's only one way to play it in 2019. The Founders Edition, which will be launched in November, guys, says that it is $130 limited pre-order. Okay, a limited edition controller, a Chromecast Ultra streaming device, 3 months of Stadia Pro, Destiny 2, and the first access to username creation, so you can avoid filling it with silly numbers, and a buddy pass that gives you, gives a friend 3 months to try Stadia Pro. Okay, so you can see, guys, it's going to be different tiers right there. You've got the first one, guys, is going to be coming out for 1080p support, but you have to pay a $10 monthly fee. Then you have another tier that's supporting 4K, has a 5.1 surround sound, has the games, free games added to your library. But those aren't coming out till next year. So right now, if you want to be one of those early adopters, you have to be the one to actually get the $130 limited edition. Okay, so it says limited pre-order. So if you want to actually get it, it's advised that you try to pre-order the thing right now. Okay, and it does come with a Chromecast Ultra streaming device, as I mentioned before. It doesn't specifically say whether or not the other 2 tiers for 2020 next year come with a Chromecast as well. I have to assume that they do. Maybe it's a more beefed up version of one. So, the thing is, you got to be kind of careful with how they launch this thing. And I'm saying that because consumers will get confused. Okay, I will say that. Anytime you're launching, especially a brand new product like this, you want to make sure that you try to simplify that launch as much as possible. You want to put as much information out there, and you want to simplify the information at the same time, so that way, consumers know what they're getting. And just based off of this, I understand it myself, but I can see already that a lot of people are going to get confused by this because they don't know exactly what they're getting. Okay. The thing is, Microsoft was getting ready to make that same mistake with the upcoming Xbox Scarlet coming out in 2020, but it seems like they scrapped the cheaper version of the Xbox, and they're just going to launch one version, which I think is the best move. Okay, so Google Stadia, I think, is going to make a big mistake with this. I understand the choice of options, but when you start getting real technical and things like that, people get confused because they don't know what they're buying. You got that soccer mom, or whoever's trying to get something for their kid, and she doesn't know what, this stuff means, 10 megabits per second, and she may understand what the frame rates is in 1080p. She wants to get the latest thing, okay? So when people are buying these products, they're not sure if they're getting the latest thing or not, just based off of the information. If you got 3 different tiers in the store, and you got a salesman trying to explain each one to them, it's going to get confused. Information is going to go right over the person's head, and then, people are going to get up in arms about it, and then they're going to complain. And then, especially for something new like this, Google, is not starting off good, because people are going to miss the information and they're not going to be informed properly. Okay, so you got to be careful, of these tiers and things like that, because it's a lot of different information that people, like I said, just ultimately get confused on. Okay, but you guys let me know down below in the comments how you feel about that. Also, guys, you can actually pre-order the Google Stadia controller as we speak, and it's going for about $69 right now. All right. But that said, it's mostly for people that jumped on the Founders Edition, or you will have access via a Buddy Pass. Okay. So more information does become available. I'll let you guys know, but that is the meat of the information right there. If you guys have any other comments, any questions, let me know. Am I interested in it? A little bit. I'll say that on camera. I'm a little bit interested in it, but I will have to actually see this thing in action. I got to see how the games play out, the frame rates, things like that, and just see internally how this thing actually works. Everything from the box itself to the usernames to the games libraries, and hopefully the interface is very smooth and intuitive as well, and it allows you to be able to get to certain access points that you want to get to, when it's time to do that. All right. And you guys let me know down below in the comment section how you guys feel, and I will check back with you soon. All right. Also, guys, make sure that you like and share this content. I would definitely appreciate that. Also, if you enjoy the content, make sure that you smack the hell out of that subscribe button. And lastly, do not forget to tap the bell symbol. That way, you receive notifications when the DC Show puts up new, or in some cases, updated content. So, I appreciate you guys watching and listening and tuning in. Until the next time, have a good one.